Hey everybody, Jay Super Awesome here. I'd like to welcome you all to episode number 21 of my slasher movie archives. In this video, I will be giving my review for Red Christmas, released in 2016. The only thing under the tree is terror. Okay, so getting into the plot for this one. Horror legend Dee Wallace stars as the mother of a family gathered together in a remote house on Christmas night. When a mysterious, deformed young man appears at the door, holiday cheer quickly turns to bloody, imaginatively orchestrated violence as the family members fight off the vengeful intruder. The film infuses comedy, dark family secrets, with outlandish gore, and adds the controversial subjects of religion and abortion in its blood-stained mix. Okay, so getting into my thoughts for this one. Not only is Red Christmas one of my favorite Christmas slasher movies of all time, it's one of my favorite modern slasher movies as well. Red Christmas has been in my Christmas horror movie rotation of films I like to watch during the holidays ever since I originally picked it up. So you can get a pretty good idea of how much I enjoy this one. I watch it every December. The movie opens up with an angry mob of Christian protesters outside of an abortion clinic. A blast erupts from the upper floors of the clinic, so the shit is really starting to hit the fan. Meanwhile, an abortion has just been completed as a premature fetus is discarded into a biohazardous waste bucket and kicked to the corner of the room, unwanted. These opening moments are set up with various radio broadcasts from various different people with different points of view on abortion. There's Bible verses being read and a lot of religious imagery is being shown. As this opening sequence comes to a close, we see the bloody hand of the discarded infant reaching out just over the top of the bucket, holding on and clinging to life. So right away, you know this movie isn't messing around. Religion and abortion mixed together is a very touchy topic, and this movie uses it to create an unforgettable, highly enjoyable revenge slasher movie. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the characters we have in Red Christmas. As the movie progresses to current time, 20 years later, we are introduced to Diane and her family. Diane is played by horror icon Dee Wallace. The family consists of Jenny, who is eating for two, her husband Scott. We also have Hope, who is the adopted sibling. She is an art student and she is allergic to peanuts. We have Susie and her husband Peter, who is a priest and who also is a peeping Tom. We see him spying in on Jenny and Scott while they are getting it on, and it's really unclear if he's more interested in Jenny or Scott. We also have Diane's autistic son Jerry, and we also have Diane's weed-smoking brother Joe, Smoking Joe. In fact, we have a few people who like to partake in this movie, including Jenny, who is pregnant. Anyway, the family has gathered to celebrate Christmas one last time in the family home that Diane has decided to sell to take a trip to Europe. Of course, this doesn't sit well with some of the family members, and it has caused some tension between them. As this dysfunctional family sits down to open up Christmas gifts, the tension comes to an abrupt halt. As the doorbell rings, they are being paid a visit by a mysterious stranger. Now, we do have some scenes later on in the movie of the family bonding during Christmas dinner. It's a really nice balance for these characters, so you don't have all the intense at each other's throat moments for the family. You also have some bonding moments where they're all getting along, so it does create a pretty nice balance. The house is decorated from top to bottom with Christmas decorations, so it really does create that Christmas holiday atmosphere. Unfortunately, there's no snow outside, and that's pretty disappointing. For me, that would have really kicked this movie up another level in terms of the atmosphere. But overall, I really enjoyed the characters in Red Christmas. I have given a very brief description to every character who plays an important part in the movie storyline. On the surface, these characters might sound like your typical slasher movie characters, but I feel like the family dynamic between them make them all really interesting, especially when certain things are revealed. I thought the writing for the dialogue was very well done and the acting was spot on. I highly enjoyed the story of Red Christmas. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the most important part of a slasher movie, that is the killer and the kills. I thought the setup for the killer in this movie was absolutely amazing. There is no mystery with who the killer is, and you have a pretty good idea where the story is going. What makes Cletus so fascinating for me is the fact that he was unwanted and discarded at birth, but still yet he remains humble. He still wants to be accepted, he still wants to be loved, and he still wants to be a part of the family. Now, I described this movie earlier as a revenge-style slasher movie, but it doesn't really come to that until Cletus's hands have been forced. I mean, after all, how many times can one person be tossed out and discarded? I thought the bandaged-up, cloaked look of the killer was fantastic. He wears the bandages to hide his deformed features. He's been aborted, and he's been pissed on, and now he's pissed off. So not only does the killer have a good backstory, but he looks really cool as well. So what more could you possibly want from a slasher movie villain? There is a deep sadness with this character as he cries and weeps for his mother, only to be continuously rejected over and over again. As far as the kills go in this movie, it has a pretty decent body count. There's around 7 or 8 kills overall. We have a couple of axe kills with a person getting completely chopped in half with a busting axe. A person gets their head split in two. We have a person who gets strangled to death with a seatbelt. A person gets stabbed. And my favorite kill is the umbrella through the eye socket, and it opens up into a bloody mess at the back of the person's head. So we have plenty of over-the-top fun kills. If you enjoy Christmas-themed slasher movies, then I highly recommend Red Christmas if you can handle the subject matter. IMDb give it a 4.3. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Remember, evil never dies. It just rests a while. It watches, it waits. Please like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know if you have seen Red Christmas, or just let me know what you think about my review. And as always, I would like to thank you all for watching.